What have you been up to in the last 30 years? What have you
Good.
been up to in the last 30 years?
Oh, wow.
What have I been up to, Josh?
Loving me.
Yes, yes.
What have you been up to in the last 30 years?
I became a teacher and have been coaching football at Sal for 24 years.
I moved to North Van right after high school. Lived there for 9 years. Worked at Safeway, but also got trained as a CDA, certified dental assistant. Met my now husband in Whistler one day and moved to Prince George. I've been here in Prince George for 20 years now. Worked as the assistant here, started having kids. I'm a yoga teacher and a fitness class teacher.
Living my dream. I've been in the commercial diving industry the minute I came out from Alberta, and I started a family, got married, got divorced.
I was really fortunate enough to leave Sherwood Park at the age of 20 and went off to Nova Scotia and did a degree out there in business. From there, I actually went out to Scotland and worked for the St. Andrews Lakes Trust and helped open up the public clubhouse out there.
I got married, I had a son, and after that I was a hockey mom for several years. And now he's grown, and now I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing?
Just being awesome.
Yeah, I'm being awesome.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Ended up coming back to Edmonton with a husband who I ended up meeting in England.
Got into hospitality. I ran a couple different restaurants, Tilly's in Sherwood Park for years, Hard Rock Cafe. After that, I got into computers, and I've been working for a computer company for the last 20 years.
I did my chef certification 10 years ago out in Ireland, and we run a successful market bistro.
Went to the University of Alberta. I have a BA in political science and history, played basketball for the U of A while I was there. Then I went back to school because didn't have enough, and I took public relations at Grant MacEwan, which brought me out to Vancouver, where I've been since the summer of '96. I spent 20 years working for the Vancouver Canucks and the Vancouver Grizzlies in that organization. My husband and I took off in 2015, checked some stuff off the bucket list, and now I do freelance work as an event planner.
After high school, I took off to university with Kirby and, why is his name eluding me right now? Darcy, yes. We went to Simon Fraser University. I did a year of kinesiology there and then realized I didn't want to work in a gym.
Well, 22 of which I was an infantry soldier with the PPCLI. Then I retired 8 years ago, and now I'm just doing odd jobs. Keep myself busy, keep myself out of trouble.
Went back to work, did the life of a working man for a little bit, realized it sucked, so nothing motivates you to go back to school more than, being unemployed. And
Let's see, I moved to Northwest Territories after high school, then had kids, and then went back to school, and now I'm back in Sherwood Park.
Went to NAIT, and I became a professional heavy breather, also known as a respiratory therapist. So I did that for 20 years. I worked all over the province because, of course, healthcare cutbacks in the mid-90s were terrible.
Moved out to BC soon after high school. Moved to Vancouver Island for a couple of years, went to school. Started getting into producing shows, concerts. Moved to Vancouver a couple of years into that, and have been producing music concerts ever since.
But then decided to have a midlife crisis in my 40s. Changed things up. I tried running a food truck business, and unfortunately that didn't quite work out as well as I had hoped. So right now with the economy, of course, too, things are not so great. So I'm back in school again. So I'm a poor, starving student.
Where do you live?
Prince George.
I live in Vancouver.
Downtown Edmonton.
I live in Sydney, Vancouver Island.
We've ended up here in Fairmont Hot Springs for the last 13 years now.
I live in Sherwood Park again.
I live in Davidson Creek.
North Vancouver.
Sherwood Park.
In the bubble.
Do you have kids?
I have 3 kids. My son Aiden is 15, Emma is 13, and Anna is 8.
Do you have kids?
I've got 2. One 16, who's at Sal, and then my daughter is at Lakeland Ridge, and she's 14.
8, 10, 14, 16, and 17.
Yeah, I do. I have a 19-year-old son.
2 girls, 1 boy, 2 girls.
Yeah, I have 2 kids, 6 and a half and 3 and a half.
Yes, I do. I have a 26-year-old daughter and an 18-year-old daughter, of which I have a granddaughter who's going to be 3 in February and another grandbaby coming in July.
I do. I have 2 boys. They're 21 and 15.
21 boy and girl 19.
I have a dog.
I do. I have a 15-year-old and I also have a 24-year-old stepson.
I do not have kids. I wouldn't say shortly after high school, but when I was 25, I finally came out of the closet, thank God, because it was very claustrophobic in there. Closets are for clothes.
What did you want to be when you grew up? What did you want to be when you grew up?
I didn't know what I wanted to be. I do remember going to a career counselor soon after high school, and they said, oh, you should get into music.
You know, I'm really lucky with this question because I always wanted to be a commercial diver.
I had no idea. I joined the Army because I was too scared to steal and too lazy to work.
No clue. Something in sports, but I didn't know exactly what it was going to be.
I wanted to be a fashion designer.
I was going to be a dance instructor.
I wanted to be an actress. So bad I did.
A mom, but I wasn't really sure what else.
No idea. I still haven't grown up yet, so.
Oh my goodness. I thought a lot about being in sports and sports journalism in particular.
I actually wanted to be a mortician growing up. It was the first thing I ever wanted to be, was a mortician. Everyone thought it was really weird.
What do you do now for a living?
I run marketing for concert promoter Live Nation.
What do you do for a living?
I actually work for Elk Island Public Schools doing behavior intervention.
Now I'm a teacher.
I design pillows and t-shirts.
I'm retired, I collect my pension, and I just bounce around job to job.
A restaurant owner.
I'm an event planner.
I was able to get into this diving industry when I was 18, and I've been in ever since.
Currently, just mostly raising the kids.
I work for a computer company. I program point-of-sale computers for Oracle.
I am a starving student, and literally starving. Asked me what I had for dinner last night, ketchup and tears.
Who do you still talk to from high school?
Let's see, well, Brian, obviously, Brian Churchill, Corey Beaudry, Aaron Exner.
Nathan Kane, who lives around me, and I knew him in high school. Know Nathan.
Who do you still talk to from high school?
I had a number of people. Karen, regularly. Karen Bryden, it was then.
I still talk to Jade, and we get together once or twice a year, which is awesome.
Laird Robinson, he went to Facey, but we went to junior high together.
I remained really good friends with Kirby, with Mark Glowacki.
I talk to Bunting. I talk with Kirby, Nash, Wes, Warren.
I run into Dion Poole at Caffrey's once in a while.
Carrie and Karen and Leanne.
Jen Churchill, Lori Abel, Dave Pettit, Marty Gunderson.
See Corey Beaudry occasionally on the island.
Tracy? Dustin Regier every once in a while. Dave Bannatyne.
Chat a little bit with Brian Churchill.
I still talk to Josh. And Karma and Trish Hurry.
Still talk to Leanne Banfield. I was texting her last night, trying to get her to the reunions.
Ian Hiltz, we'd meet for lunch sometime.
Alan Marty. It's hard to ever forget about Marty.
Who are you most looking forward to seeing at the reunion? Who are you most looking forward to seeing at the reunion?
I would really like to see Noel Dowell. I haven't talked to him in a long time. Rayanne Peden, Lisa Pearson.
I'd like to see Kip.
I always like seeing Pettit. He's a good dude.
I really want to see the group of people that we all had breakfast with the morning after the last reunion.
Jeff Barron, Jill Sad.
Kelly Party.
I really want to see Avril Martin.
I'd really love to see Cindy Miles. I haven't seen her in years since our kids were just born, so it'd be nice to see her.
Robin Brotherston was an old friend going back to elementary. Margaret Ann Holden.
Rob Goltz. I would love to see Rob.
Justin, probably. Just to get a hold of him again.
Karen Christensen, Jade Miles, Susie.
I haven't seen Avril in about 20 years, and I would love to see her.
Ramona.
Annika Smith. I don't know where she is now. Jen Osborne, Jen Churchill.
Well, I hope that Dion Bryden and Karen Hooper from Facey will get there this year.
Kirby was there because we were staying in the same hotel. It was crazy. We had so much fun that night.
What is your favorite memory from high school?
I have so many memories. Most are a little bit foggy.
My favorite was grade 12 and being involved in grad committee.
Grad ski trip was fun. Oh, the dances. I like the dances. I liked high school. I had fun.
Anytime I got to spend time with the football boys, that was good.
I remember getting my picture taken at the Halloween dance once when I had a starter pistol on me, and I was playing Crockett from Miami Vice. I was all dressed up as Crockett, and I had a starter pistol, and I aimed it right at the camera, and they took a picture of it. And it made it into the yearbook.
Well, one of the most heart-touching moments from high school.
Anytime I got to spend time with Bunting, he always cracks me up even to this day.
Wes Swarren, he offered to donate his spleen to me because I got mine taken out.
I think just all the road trips with the basketball team. We used to have so much fun.
Skipping class, hang out in the pit, stealing stuff with Dave Bannatyne out of the art, or the commercial art, endless supplies of supplies.
I would say that we did a European trip in grade 12. That was a lot of fun.
Wes was always going to be my spleen donor.
I loved high school. I feel like all of it was my favorite memory.
I think it would just be hanging out with the basketball team.
Football and all the guys and practicing and the coaches.
So that was kind of a sweet memory. I hope I can still hold him to that because, I could use one.
What's been your biggest surprise in life since high school?
What's been your biggest surprise in life since high school?
That I became a teacher. I was deathly afraid of speaking in public.
I think ending up working for Elk Island. Never thought I would be doing that.
How wonderful being a father is. I really, really, truly love it.
My biggest surprise has been basically just how fast time is going.
Probably just how fast it goes.
How fast it's gone by, right? 30 years ago, that's crazy. It feels like yesterday.
My earliest friends are still my best friends.
I think I heard a few of you already say this, but life's a lot harder than I think we thought it would be.
It gets better as you get older.
The fact that I'm still alive.
I'm not really sure how we are this old. We're not really this old.
The fact that you can still be friends with people you've met years and years and years ago, which is awesome. The best friendships were made elementary, junior high, high school. Case in point, probably one of my favorite people on the planet. So.
Oh, I love you.
Are you coming to the reunion on May 15th and 16th?
You betcha. I can even do a tour if you'd like of the school.
Are you coming to the reunion on
Absolutely,
May 15th and 16th?
I am.
I sure am. I haven't missed one yet.
Yeah, I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm coming.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, absolutely. I'll book my trip to Edmonton.
Yeah, I'll be there.
I will be there for sure.
I sure am. I can't wait.
For anybody out there that's nervous about coming to this reunion because maybe they think, my life isn't what maybe it should have been, or I don't feel as I'm successful. Remember, catch up in tears. That's what I had. So be at the reunion. I'm going to be there.